Okay guys, let's look some more at this character, get it going. I'm in the wrong character. I'm on the wrong sheet right now. Boop, boop. So, where did we leave off in the last video was putting in the stats and the costs of the skills that we'd picked up from our culture and background. Culture/background. So one other thing we should add to that is we should go ahead and add stalking, which is here under subterfuge. Because we have the racial talent Prodigy 1, so that gives us a bonus of 5 to it. So let's go ahead and get that information as well. Subterfuge starts off with agility and self-discipline. Stalking is also intuition, so agility, self-discipline, and intuition. I don't think we have any other subterfuges in here. We might not have anything that looks quite like that. Nah, doesn't look like it. So, agility, self-discipline, intuition. Agility 4, intuition 10, self-discipline 12. I'm just getting rid of those zeros because we're going to do it manually. And the cost for subterfuge for subterfuge skills for a magent is 2-3. 2-3. Because we, so we wanted to put that in there because we have this miscellaneous bonus, so we wanted to go ahead and get that in there. And I mean, he's already he's off to a nice start. He doesn't have any ranks in it. Between stats and miscellaneous bonus, he's already at -13, so that's going to do pretty well. So, level 1 skills. Unlike Rolemaster 2, you're not looking at an investment. What we're going to buy is what we've got. Also, as you saw, we have no development points based off of our stats. So, Rolemaster Unified has gone with a static number of development points. In the current PDF, it's 50, but you'll find on the forums that they've decided to go with 60. Oops. So that is what we're going to be spending to improve things here. Now that can do a lot, but it's not just 60. 60 is just what you get for any level. One of the things they did to try to achieve some sort of parity or balance between the player character races, if you've noticed, like racial talents, they all have, and all the other talents, they have a development point cost to them. They have assigned development point values to your stats going up and down, to your saves, your magic saves, whatever. So basically, they said at one point that 50 points development points for a race, like that's their cost. Give them their penalties, their bonuses, work that all out. Remaining development points are extra development points you have to spend at level 1. If you actually have so many that this is a problem, if you have over 25, you can only spend 25 of those at a level, right? So if you had a race that was so horrible, had so many penalties that you got, 60 development points just from your race, on top of the 60 points for leveling, you would only get to spend 60 from your leveling and 25 from your race. And the next level, you can spend another 25, and then that third level, you'd spend 10 and finally wrap that up. The other thing is that this is where these are the development points that you get to spend purchasing other talents. So in a way, if you want to consider the talents and the RMU talents kind of the not anagram, but analogous to the Rolemaster 2 background options, what they've tried to do is say, if you don't have as awesome stat bonuses as a race, then you'll have more background points to start with, which actually does follow parallel to what they did in RM2, because, you know, when we made this high elf, he had 3 background points, but common man, they get 6, so they get a whole lot. So we don't just have 60, so we look at the sheet that I've created for the races in my setting when I've tweaked everything, because I also, well, they're not all parity. They're not all equal in mine. Some are total up to a certain number, and others total to a higher number. And also, what was it? Dwarves. Dwarves in their thing spent all their points, so the dwarves could never buy anything extra. And I was like, that's kind of boring. I don't like that. So I just pushed everybody up. They're still equal. They just start higher than the starting stats in the book. But again, setting free, so it's my setting, whatever. So anyways, high elves here. You can't really probably see that very well. I've got at 25. So in addition to 60, we also have, what is it, 25? No. I read the wrong square, didn't I? Yes, sorry. Bonus DP 14. So in addition to that, so that's a total of 74. So one of the things I want to do is, with background options on the other character, we chose a skill bonus, one-time skill bonus to a secondary skill, and we chose lie perception. And I was kind of rolling with it, like, oh, it'd be interesting if this guy has noticed how much everybody lies, and he sees that more than anything else because of the offset of his perception skills, and therefore it would be, you know, that would kind of lead him towards the path of being okay with killing people, kind of thing. If we look at the skill list here, there is no, especially, you know, look at awareness, there's perception and tracking, that's it. But where lie perception as an ability would fall, as a GM, I would put it under social awareness. I don't know if the book specifically says social awareness is found for basically any kind of thing like that. I remember that it says that it's basically the counter skill to all the influence ones, but I mean, duping is essentially lying, right? So basically, if you're going to lie to someone and you need to pass it off, it would be a skill contest, right? The liar is rolling social influence duping, and the target is going to roll social awareness, right? So what we can do is spend as many points as we can buying talent. 72 for the talents were 70-ish. So where's Prodigy? We're looking for Prodigy, right? Because this is the one that has the natural bonuses to particular skills. So let's just find that. There it is, Prodigy, which has the opposite inept. So we've got 14 points to spend on talents, so we will add Prodigy to social awareness, and this I call a birth one, because it's specific to him, but not because of his race. So we'll go to social awareness, put in a miscellaneous bonus of 10, but also, and just kind of down here somewhere near the end, I'm going to put Prodigy to social awareness. This is not a skill, right? So none of this matters, but it is 6 points apiece, and we put in 2 of them. Actually, Prodigy, and we put in 2. That took up 12 points there. So now we have another 62 to go. So let's start bringing him up to par. We're going to give one more language here. We're going to make everything else. Well, we're going to make. No, we're not. We're going to stay out of the languages. We're going to stay out of the languages except for the other Elven languages. He should definitely be a little higher in all the Elven languages. We definitely want at least one more rank in perception. One more rank in body development. Probably be good to get another spell lore. Another movement running. We didn't actually do duping last time, so let's just hold off on that for now. We're going to do social awareness because that's kind of his thing. Petty Street Criminal, we're going to keep going up on that. Stalking, we're way behind and it only costs 5, so we're going to try starting off with 2 ranks of that. We've already spent 43 points. Alright, what are some of the other ideas that we had from the other thing? Climbing, jumping, stalking. We ended up not actually developing any climbing. I remember that. Jumping is a gymnastic trait. And we've got stalking in there now. So let's put jumping in there. And jumping is agility, quickness, strength. Which would make it 4, 3, 10. Okay. We definitely need his weapon. We haven't taken his weapon yet. Which is, actually, I don't think it's called. Yeah, it's, no, that's good. It's good. What did I do here? Did I do this right? I'm wondering. It's combat training, specifically. Not terribly important, but. So, one difference here, if we go to the skills, which are back up this way. Let's go to combat. Click, 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 click. Oops, I'm missing my clicks. So the groups, I told you there are less groups here. There's melee weapons, which then has to be specialized into blade, chain, hafted, shield to be used offensively, greater blade, greater chain, greater hafted, polearm, exotic. So the greater blades, the graders are the two-handed weapons. Then ranged weapons, shield weapons, and unarmed, or siege weapons, I'm sorry, unarmed and shield. This shield is to be using it defensively. If you want to use it to bash, you would develop melee weapons specialized into shields. So, this is melee, specialized into, well, we did a short sword before, so it's just bladed, right? Yeah, it's just blade. Now, that is a huge difference, right? Like, you're no longer stuck to which specific weapon you picked. As long as you're in that category, you're good. That's combat training, and combat and categories share costs. So, let's see, is there another gymnastic in here? I don't think there's another gymnastic. There isn't. So 5-7 for melee, and that really means we're probably only going to develop one rank of his weapon. And jumping is gymnastic. Oh, I need to go to the other sheet, the other image. Gymnastics for the Magent is a 2-4. I believe that's, nope. So lie perception, we already talked about that. Like, that's basically the social awareness. We just picked up his weapon. We do have the idea to get through locks. There is no power perception in Rolemaster Unified. We didn't have to pick appraisal, and appraisal, I believe, appraisal is actually, like, they don't, again, they have less skills if you've noticed, so they're not really specific. So this would end up being like a GM's call if they wanted to use one of the crafting skills or material lore. You could use material lore to go into that, or maybe they make it basically a combined roll, like, well, roll me your crafting, roll me your material, and roll me, like, maybe trading. Well, trading is only about its value. But, you know, so if you're doing armor or weapon evaluation, you could probably get away with, well, if you want to do one-handed edged weapons, you probably need to study material lore, right? But armor evaluation for leathers might be both the material lore or leather crafting, right? So we basically kind of have some of those things picked up. There's no specific skill for lip reading. So here's some things. So appraisal, you know, maybe we want to put in trade. I put in jumping already. So trade is I found it here. It's trading specifically, by the way. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Well, it does kind of matter because trade is a skill of vocation. Trading is a skill of social. And we already have social skills. Those are a cost of 2, 3. We know what this one is. This is going to be agility, strength, and also strength because it's melee, which will be the same bonus as is unarmed, which is 2. Trading is a social, so it's going to start off the same, EM-IN. And what's the last one for trading? Trading is presence, which is different than the other social skill. So we're going to have to calculate that. So EM-IN, PR, oh, that's the magic one, which is 11. So we can put one thing in trading. We can put one in jumping. See, even though we have lots of points, we're still kind of going through them kind of fast. I mean, granted, we spent 3 on a second block of stalking. I wouldn't mind spending a second on melee because you don't have multiple levels like you did in Rolemaster 2 to spend stuff, but you know, to buy up skills. So let's just look for acrobatics and tumbling. It's probably under gymnastics. See, yeah, they don't have a tumbling per se anymore, right? But they do have gymnastics, acrobatics. So we're going to put that in there. We'll see if we actually spend it. So that's 2, 4. And I doubt its stats are different. Nope, same stats as jumping. So let's look at the lock stuff. So there is no lock lore. They got rid of a lot of the specific locks or lores. I think that's because they have the vocation category, so you can catch a lot of stuff there. But pick locks is still around. It is... Oh, it's under technical, that's right. Technical locks. Technical locks is an intuition, reasoning, agility. Was it that order? Yes, agility last. Right. And I don't know if we've got anything like that. We might. Intuition and reasoning evens out, so then it's 6 points for the positive agility. And technical costs for a magent is a 4, 6. So see, he's actually, interestingly, He's not super awesome at this. We might end up dropping the 1 rank in Locke's Technical. We have under 20 points to go. And we already did Acrobatics. There is no tumbling. We did pick locks. Appraisals are kind of we're not necessarily going to do appraisals. So, let's look at this stuff. Is there ambush and silent kill? So if we look at subterfuge, here's ambush, and silent kill is now wrapped up into ambush. So ambush now performs like both of those. In RMU performs like both those skills. So you've got the number of ranks in ambush is the number of shifts you can do on the critical table. And the percentage that you get, the skill bonus, is what you roll to kill someone silently. So now you only need to develop that one time. Ambush. This is subterfuge. Subterfuge is a 2-3. Subterfuge. Ambush is agility, self-discipline, intuition. They all are. So let's just grab this. And what was the other thing that we were left with? Ambush and silent kill. So these are the 3 interesting things to look at. This is actually going to take up more of our time. Oh my gosh, I'm already at 21 minutes actually. Jeez.